What's going on, heroes and villains? My name is Hydros, and welcome back to some more My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. And today we have our very first R rarity character reveal, as well as our very first Shinso reveal. Well, kind of. This isn't actually the first time we've seen this Shinso. We actually did see this Shinso in the weekly Shonen Jump scans that they did about a week ago. So if you want to check out that video, make sure to check out the link in the description down below. I did a video covering the weekly Shonen Jump scan, and this R rarity Shinso was actually in it. So now we get to see a little bit more about him. We also get to see his artwork, and you can tell that it is an R rarity character because he is wearing that school uniform, much like the other R rarity characters that were actually in the beta. And also, speaking of the beta, this was actually not a character in the beta. This is a completely new character that, you know, I've never even seen before, you know, aside from the scans, right? But this is a character that was not in the beta. We didn't get to play with him or anything like that. So this is a completely brand new character. And it's really cool to see them not only giving love to Shinso, but they're also giving love to the R rarity as well with these reveals. So they're not only caring about, you know, the tip top rarity being UR and SR, right? They're also giving, you know, R rarity characters a chance to shine in these reveals as well, which is really cool. And I really love how they're doing that. But before we go and get today's video started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, because we are almost there to 2,000 subscribers at the time that I'm recording this video. We are like ever so close. We're right there. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I can taste it, right? So make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, as well as click that bell, turn on all notifications that miss out on any future videos on My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, because this is going to be your best one-stop shop here on Hydros Impact for gameplay, guides, summons, showcases, the whole shebang. This is going to be your best place to see all those types of videos right here on YouTube. So make sure you guys go down there, click that subscribe button, as well as click that bell, turn on those notifications. So this is the R Shinso. Finally, we get to see a little bit more about what he does. Not too terribly much, because they don't really give us much in these reveals. I really wish they would show us the plus ultra attack, right? That would be a really cool thing to see. And you can tell that this is an R rarity, because in the beta, at least, again, that could change in the future, but at least in the beta of this game, the R rarity characters were wearing their school uniform. So that is a thing. So, you know, we can maybe expect a future Shinso, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, another Shinso in the future that is potentially a higher rarity, right? So this is the reveal. Let's go ahead and read the tweet real quick. So we have playable character announced, mind manipulator, or Shinso is his name, right? But individuality or quirk, brainwashing, a hard worker who expects future potential by giving confusion to the other party by brainwashing. So by that, I can see that he probably has an ability, right? He's probably maybe his plus ultra, because he is an R character, right? And it seems the way that they've been kind of stacking these characters amongst themselves is that R rarities, their plus ultra ends up being the SR's like action skill, and so on and so forth, kind of going up the chain like that. So if this is his plus ultra, so he would do a brainwashing kind of attack, right? And then that would inflict confusion upon the enemy, whether it's a single attack or a AoE attack. I assume it's a single attack, so you can only do it once on one person, right? I believe, because they have to answer his question or whatever, as they said in the anime. I don't read manga, so bear with me on this. So I expect that it's only a single enemy, just based off, you know, how they done it in the anime, right? So that's a thing. It will inflict confusion just based off the wording they do here. So either this is an action skill, or assuming this could be a plus ultra attack for the R rarity. If this is a plus ultra, then the plus ultra will give confusion. If it's not a plus ultra, then the attack skill will give confusion. Or maybe it's not even an attack skill. Maybe it's just an ability, right? Because you can have action skills that are attacks and also that aren't attacks. So they're kind of like abilities that you can trigger in the game, right? That don't actually deal damage. They can do healing. They can do all types of things, right? So this could be something that would inflict confusion as well, that wouldn't actually inflict damage. That would be kind of cool. I would assume, my best guess is that this is his plus ultra as an R rarity, right? So then we can expect this to be an action skill for a future rarity Shinso, right? So that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on this Shinso. But let's go ahead and see what his little infograph says about him in his image here. So it says, a boy with, roughly translate, I'm using Google Translate, a boy with some shadow who is not admitted to the hero course and belongs to the C group of the first grade or the first years of the ordinary department. So he's, you know, he obviously in the anime and stuff like that, they said that he couldn't get into the hero course because, you know, obviously Aizawa was saying that it was the exam was irrational, right? Because he actually couldn't control robots with his quirk, so it was kind of irrational of a test for him, right? He's aiming to transfer the hero department. Individuality is brainwashing, or quirk is brainwashing, that allows you to manipulate the person who answered your question. So that's his little infograph right here about Shinso. Now, this is a cool character, and I love that they're giving, you know, R rarity characters their love. But what could they do for a future Shinso? And just based off of his little, you know, info here that we have on the My Hero Academia wiki. Also, there is the My Hero Academia Ultra Impact wiki if you want to check that out. Link in the description down below. I try to update that with all the reveals and new characters and also translations, stuff like that, so we don't miss out on any of that stuff when the game does drop. Your best guide as well. But yeah, this is about Shinso. His quirk is brainwashing, put him in state and forced to obey whatever he commands. You can only activate this power when his target verbally responds to something he says. Brainwashing needs to intentionally be activated and will not take effect if Shinso does not want it to. So he can activate it when he wants to. And his super moves, this is actually most recent in the anime since we're now on season 5. They just did episode 3 or actually episode 2, right? Since the episode 0, 1, 2, right? So this is technically episode 2 or 3 rather, if you want to call it that, whatever. Either way, he does that. He has that new device on his face, you know, the vocal cord thing, and it's artificial vocal cords, persona cords. So using this artificial vocal cord, he can modify his vocal tone to imitate voices of other people, deceiving his enemies so they respond and subject themselves to brainwashing. So that would be really interesting, and this is kind of what it looks like from the anime, right? So this would be a really cool, whether it's an SR or a UR, I would love to see this as a UR, just because this looks so cool, especially with the Aizawa threads that he has on, you know, the scarf stuff that he has, so that he can tie up opponents with and all that. But the vocal cords, this just mask, man, this looks so cool, and all the stuff moves, and he can manipulate his voice to sound like literally anybody to get them to fall for the brainwashing, right? So that would be a very, very cool plus ultra attack. Or I think maybe for an SR, this would be a cool plus ultra attack for an SR. And then maybe as we see Shinso develop in the anime, then we get, you know, a UR with an even cooler plus ultra attack, right? So this would be a cool SR plus ultra attack, him using that vocal cord, what is it, the artificial vocal cords, persona cords. That would be really cool and really interesting to see him potentially get this as a plus ultra, or just an attack skill in general on a future card for Shinso. So that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on how they could do a future one, just because this one looks so cool. I don't even know, man. I loved this in the anime. It got me so hyped when I saw this. And, you know, Shinso is not a character they have showed so far too much in the anime. We got to see him during the sports festival, and now we see him again in season 5, and that's really awesome. And, you know, him doing his test for his hero course and stuff like that's gonna be really cool to see all his different abilities that he can do with not only the persona cords, but also just in general as him as a character in the anime. Obviously, if you guys read the manga, you know, I don't read the manga, but if you want to talk about it, go ahead. Just make sure you tell it, you know, spoilers if you read the manga, just be aware of that in the comments, guys. Just be aware. But yeah, Shinso with the vocal cords, you know, I think that would be really cool to see as a plus ultra attack for a future SR rarity and stuff like that. But again, it's really cool to see Shinso getting an R rarity. Again, this was actually the one that they showed in the weekly Shonen Jump. We got to see him here. It did say that he was specified as an R rarity. We got to see his 3D model and that he was wearing the UA outfit. So pretty much all UR rarities, at least at the time I'm recording this video, all UR rarities are wearing their UA school outfits. That also includes any of the ones from the beta, right? So all the ones from the beta and now this Shinso are all wearing the school uniforms. I wonder how they'll do villains for the R rarity, because they don't technically have school uniforms, right? So it'd be really interesting to see R rarity for other students or maybe other people outside of UA. But I guess R rarity would be a way to encompass a lot of the UA students into the game, right? So that'd be a cool way to get a lot of more characters in there until they show them more in depth, or more in depth within the manga or anime or something like that. Be really cool. Maybe they dive into vigilantes and show other ones right in the future. Who knows? But again, this is the R Shinso that they showed off. Now we have what he can do. It does seem like he does inflict confusion with his quirk or his plus ultra. I'm assuming it's a plus ultra. I really don't know if it is. It's hit or miss, because some of these reveals reveal the plus ultra attack, some of them actually reveal action skills, so it's really up in the air whether this is a plus ultra or an action skill. My gut is telling me that it's a plus ultra, just because it is an R rarity, and that would probably be one of the better animations for an R character, because not only will they have this plus ultra, then they could use this plus ultra as an action skill for a higher rarity Shinso in the future. And Shinso overall is a really cool character. I mean, obviously, judging by this right here, this episode of the anime, episode 2 or 3 as you want to call it, if you count episode 0 as one, but this episode got me super hyped for Shinso. So I'm really hyped to see Shinso in the game, not only as this R rarity character, but hope to see we see even more Shinso characters come out in the future, just because that part of the anime just got me real hype. It really did. And it makes me hyped to see that Shinso is getting love, and it's just awesome that they're, again, as I said, they're revealing R rarity characters on Twitter, not only giving us the hype characters, but they're also giving us, you know, characters that they've worked hard to develop as well, and kind of give us a thing to where maybe, you know, even our characters do have their place in the game for your teams, right? So maybe they're not completely, you know, useless like some characters can be in a lot of games like SR and R and N rarity characters. So maybe our rarity characters could have a place in the game as well in the future, you know, just starting off with My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, that'd be really cool to see as well. But again, that is going to be the R rarity Shinso. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the possibility of this Shinso becoming a version in the game, whether you would like to see him be an SR or UR. And again, let me know what your thoughts are on this R rarity Shinso. What do you think this guy's going to be? Do you think that attack, the brainwashing with the confusion infliction is going to be? Do you think it's going to be a plus ultra or an action skill? Let me know down in the comments down below. And again, what character would you like to see them reveal next? Because it's really up in the air who they could reveal next. But again, this was the one that they revealed in the Weekly Shonen Jump. Hopefully in the next Weekly Shonen Jump that we see even more awesome characters being revealed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.